Hello, good morning and welcome. I am early because I'm going to see. I didn't throw the laptop out the window last time. I've still got it, but it's like bordering on it now because it's not showing me yet. So I thought I'd join in early and then I can jump up and down on the laptop and just, aha, I'm there. It obviously got worried that I was going to jump up and down on it and throw it out the window. So we're a couple of minutes early, so I'm going to sit here and do my stitching while I wait for, oh, there's 3 people here. Good morning. I'm sitting here stitching, waiting for everyone to join in. Hello, Rosemary. Hello, Mrs. Tosh. How are you? Mrs. Tosh is kindly taking Joyce. Joyce is my Bonina to be serviced this week for me. I haven't used it for a couple of weeks because she was being naughty. So Joyce has gone away to be serviced. Hi Tracy. Good morning everybody. So we're still a couple of minutes early, so I'll show you what I'm sat here stitching. I was intending on finishing this by today, but I haven't. So I'm doing the potting shed stitchery. Hi Catherine. Hi Jeanette. Hi Joe. Do you know what? Today, because I've threatened to jump up and down on the laptop and destroy it and throw it out the window, I can see all your comments on my phone today. So whatevs. So obviously, hi Hilary, I have to make threats at my electrical items to make them work. Anyway, I was just showing you that. That's the potting shed stitchery that I was hoping to finish by today and I haven't. So I am stitching this at the moment. Good morning Mandy in Rooster Tail. Hi Lynn, I've packed your order, thank you very much. So I'm stitching in that. So this is what I'm stitching. So this is from last time we did a live, this potting shed one, if you're wondering where that is. So that's on the stitchery page of the website. Hello Karen. Hello everybody, welcome. Today is Three Amigos Day, so it is me, then you're off to Cornwall, and then you're off to see Handy Andy, who's actually at home in Norfolk I believe, unless he's gone to the caravan. But hi Jan, I think he's actually at home because he's made me some I'd run out of the 6 and 12 inch Easy Star templates, what I used to make the starry runner behind me, the autumn one. So he sent me some of those, so I'm on a mission to get them sorted this week. Good morning Jane. Hi Jenny, packed your order too, thank you very much. So what's the time? We'll just have a quick chat. We'll have some random chat while we wait for everyone to wake up. It's nice and sunny today. Did anyone else have a storm on Thursday? Freaked me out. I'm in the upstairs, just about to come downstairs and the doorbell rings. Okay, so I run downstairs, no one at the door. Good morning Hayley and whoever else I've missed. No one at the door, so I ran round to the back door because there's a bell on the back door. No one at the back door. All the security lights have come on and I'm like, I phoned Simon. I said, Simon, something weird's going on. The doorbell's rung, there's nobody here, all the security lights have come on. This is at like 9:30 in the morning. Hi Sonia. Turns out we were having storms and power cuts and goodness knows what, and really high winds, but it freaked me out. I thought we had a poltergeist or something, and Simon saying, lock the door. But it was just apparently a faulty transformer. Whatever excuse they can come up with. Anyway, so that was my excitement for Thursday. And then Evie ran into a brick wall at the end of the day. So just as I thought all today's dramas are over and done with, I had a message from Jess. Evie's run into a brick wall. Evie just runs everywhere. At 4 years old, she just runs. And she didn't notice there was a brick wall right in front of her that she goes past every day. But she's okay. Hi Moya. Hi Kim. Hi everybody. Right, everybody here. Right, sorry, not sorry, all the fat quarters of memory lane have gone. So this week all I've done is cut memory lane. What you don't seem to have spotted, unless I've forgotten to put it on the website, is these, what look like lollipops but are actually little strippy rolls of memory lane. So let's show you some of the memory lane. I'll have to stand up. Memory lane fabrics. So this is a candy bar, this is charm pack. We've got some fat 8th packs left, so there's fat 8th packs, and here's the cushion that I made. I made this quickly, so this is supposed to be part of that I'll show you that in a minute, the block of the month. But I've been using these to make up cushion panels just to show the fabrics off, because it's quick and easy to do. So when the block of the month is eventually, deviating here, is eventually ready, if you don't want to make it as a block of the month, you can make things up as individual cushions and things. So I made this up. So this is using the memory lane fabric. So if you've got a charm pack, I've used mini charms around the edge, but if you've got a charm pack, you can make this up, and you could piece the backing. I've done an envelope back and just about squeezed a cushion pad into it, using a fat quarter, but that's what you can make with it. So I've got the strippy rolls. Hang on, I did start organising them. So here's some of the fabrics you can see on the strippy roll. Very pretty. And I'll show you now. There's a picture of this on the website. So the making a list, which I'm coming up to, the making a list table mat topper, I thought I'd make one out of memory lane. So I used what was left from doing that cushion, the home cushion, and I cut the triangles out of what was left. So if you've got, hang on, let's grab one. If you've got the mini acrylic template, otherwise there's a template in the pattern you can cut out. Was Evie last evening? No, Evie ran into the wall on Thursday evening, and she's fine. They've gone off camping in Pembrokeshire this weekend, so they're having a jolly time on the beach in freshwater, east or west, whatever's nearer to Pembroke. Anyway, that's by the by. Here's the mat that I made. So I have adapted this pattern. So for those of you who don't want to do stitchery, you can just fussy cut. So the memory lane, if you've got the fat eighths or fat quarters, you can fussy cut them instead of having a stitchery panel. I've used white scallop lace on that, so I need to update the website. So if you need some of that, just hang on for a couple of hours and I'll put it on the website, because I've only got the creamy lace on it at the moment. I forgot what I was talking about. I was deviating on yeah, if you've got the strippy rolls, you could use those as well, because you can use, that's a 2.5 inch strip round there, so you could use those to make it, but obviously you need bigger pieces for those bits in the middle. I'll go into what you can use the strippy rolls for in a minute. So much fabric, so little time. Thank you, Jackie. So that makes a pretty summer mat, really quick and easy to make. On Tube, I have done a demo on how I made this. So this is like half done on the Tube demo to show you how to make the stitchery mats. So if you go to Tube, you can see that. And then I've just put one of the fat quarters on the back, one of the sort of geometric-y ones on the back. You can see where I've quilted it. And I've quilted this, deviating again, using, I've got more stock of Valdani thread. That's something else I've got to tell you. I've used that one to quilt it with. And that is, what's that one? M35. So I'll go on to Valdani in a minute. So much. So that's that. I'll come on to the other triangle mats in a minute. What else have I got? Strippy bag. There it is. It's buried under there. So the strippy bits would look good on the strippy bag. So you could use them for that. That would look really pretty. Or the other strippy bag, which Lish made one this week and showed you. This one. They'd look good on that as well. So you could just join your strips together to do like the top, or do a piece top, but that would look good on those as well. So the fat quarter packs of Memory Lane have gone. They all went. Carol, well done, you got the last one. Thank you, Lish. I've got the fat 8 packs left. If I've got time this week, I'll do some more fat quarter packs, but they won't be the full range because I've cut some of the fabrics. I've cut up completely. I haven't got any left. So what I might do is like a set of 10. I'm not going to do a live next weekend. I'll come on to that in a minute. But I'll do some stuff ready for you to look at next weekend, just in case you're feeling left out and lonely. If you want the charm pack, there's a charm pack, a mini charm and a candy bar in the Memory Lane, and there's 72 fabrics in each. So there's 4 of each, which if you like your table mats or quilts to have the same fabric in each corner, which I do, which is really annoying with the Moda ones because you maybe get 1 or 2 of the same, you've got it in those. So there's that, the candy bar and the mini, and they'll obviously come in an organza bag. I'm keeping that factory in China going. And that is a bargain. That's only 30 quid for all of those. Bearing in mind a Moda charm pack now should be at least £14 for 42 squares. So there's a limited amount of sets of 3. So if you want those, grab them quickly before they all go. Right, let's check my list. Oh, the home cushion. There is a panel. I've done those up like so you can see what it looks like. That's the Welsh. I'm just thinking now. If I put somebody's, yeah, that's the Welsh version one. Hopefully I've packed a load of orders this morning. I'm thinking, oh, if I put Welsh ones in instead of English ones, hopefully not. If I have, just shout at me and tell me I'm an idiot. Who's late to the party? Sharon Lee Davis. You'll have to re-watch me on Tube. So on Tube, there is a demo. If you're late, we're talking about the memory lane fabrics. There is a demo for this. Please, even if you put it on play and then go in the other room and do the hoovering so you don't have to listen to me, leave it to play because it helps me out. Because it's an awful lot of effort to do these Tube videos for very little reward. Morning, Fiona. So, let's move on to the mats. So, I put these on, I don't think I did I do a live with this? I can't even remember now. So, the Lynette Anderson fabrics, yeah, because I'd only just made this up and I didn't have the kits available. So there's a few kits of this left, in which you'll get the little acrylic template and the pattern and the lace and basically everything except for the backing. If you want to use the same thread as me, that's the Valdani seasonal thread I've used on there. You might want to use just different thread, and it's got the holly around the edge. Okay. So there's either pattern on its own or there's a kit for the Christmas one. This one I made this week. So this is using the Moda Muse. So if you bought that huge box of Muse, or if you've got charm packs or mini charm packs, you can make this. The duck egg fabric is on the website, and I need to update the website for the extra wide linen as well. Or I've got normal width linen. Grab half a metre of that if you want to make it using the Kaufman linen. This one I have stitched, so as I said earlier, restock of Valdani. Where's that one gone? S301 that is, that I've used on there. Oh, there's a maths question as well. How could I forget a maths question? S301, I don't know if you can see it in there. So this is a prize for today, but I'll tell you that in a minute. So S301, which is the one I'm using all the time. I'll hold it up close to the camera so you can see it. Excuse me, losing my voice. So if you buy the pattern now, I have increased the price of the pattern because I've done the Stitchery templates for a summary one now. If I have any spare time, I'll do an autumn one. But if you've got some My Autumn Stitchery panels, you could copy the Stitchery off that and put it onto one of these and use the Hello Autumn charm packs and stuff. So that's Hello Autumn there. And Hello Autumn, where are you? Down here somewhere. If you've got a candy bar, you can get 2 of those triangles out there. So you put one way and one the other way. Here, like so. Put one that way and one that way. So you'll get 2 out of each candy bar piece if you want to buy candy bars. What was I saying? Yeah, so a lot of you I know have got the Muse. There's still charm packs and candy bars and blah de blah left in that. Duck egg. There's a link on the website anyway. If you look at the pattern, there'll be links to fabrics and threads if you look on the website. If you've got mini charms and you're using that little template, which I've lost because it's see-through, and oh, there it is. You can get that onto a mini charm, but you'll just lose a bit of the corner where you cut the corner off on there. You might lose a bit of that, but it doesn't matter. You can still get that onto the mini charm pack. You just lose a bit of your edge, but nothing that makes any difference, because that's what I've used for this. I use mini charm pieces to make this one up. So that's those. What is the time? Charlotte, let me ask you the maths question now. So the maths question is, we cut thousands of bits of this fabric this week. Hi Mel, how are you? Morning from Tesco's car park in Trostre. Well, that's so exciting, Mal. Hopefully I'm a bit more interesting than Trostre Tesco's. Have fun. Is it busy down there? We cut thousands of bits of these fabrics, bearing in mind there's 72 pieces in each charm pack, candy bar, mini charm pack, fat quarter packs, fat 8 packs, strippy rolls. How many pieces of fabric did I cut? And the clue is, where's the answer anyway? Anyway, the clue is it's under 10,000, under 10 and over 5. There you are, that's narrowed it down. So carry on guessing. And the winner will win, a Mahusive bag of what was left, end bolts of all those fabrics that I cut up. Okay? So that is an awful lot of fabric in there, it's heavy. So somebody lucky will win that. The other prize today is 5 Valdani threads. So anyone who orders today goes into the prize draw, and there are 5 Valdani threads. Bear in mind they're £6.50 each. I've got a new colour on its own in here, which is this one. Let's stand up and open it so you can see it. So that's a pretty useful one. It's got practically every colouring you could ever want. So yellow, red, purple, green, turquoise in that. So that's a pretty useful one. And that is M45. So that is now available on its own. But you could be lucky and you could win all 5. So all 5, so the S301, the S303, the M30, the one I showed you earlier that I quilted my little table mat in, the green that you need for all your stitchery flowers, and that new one I've just shown you. So somebody could win that today. So Rosemary's guessing, Bev's guessing. Love that thread. Thank you, Patricia. Oh, take a breath. Right, let me check my list of what I've got to tell you about. Oh, we've got another new thing. Excuse me. Finally. So, redwork seasons. Obviously it doesn't have to be done in redwork, but the first sample I've done it in red. This is just a panel. So there is no piecing. If you don't want to do piecing, no cutting, no nothing, just stitch it, put it on a bit of backing fabric, put some binding around it and go. So you can have, it comes with a pattern, or it comes, I think there's a couple left of the kit. I've put a plain red thread in there. I've put the binding and I've put the panel in there. Let's take it out of its bag, shall we? So you've got that's the binding, that's just the plain red thread, and that's the panel. So you just stitch over the stitched area, and then I put it on some H640. You can see on the back where I've quilted it. So I've just gone round the patchworky, pretending patchwork, and round the edge of the stitcheries, so you can see how I've quilted it. So you can get panels on their own, or you can get, I think there's a couple, let's have a look. Ooh, there might be 3 left of the full lot, okay, for that. So that's a good one to get in ready for the autumn. Right, that's that. So the reason why there's so much stuff on today, I've got loads of stuff on, loads of fabrics and that, is 2 weeks time when we're supposed to be live again, I've got to go to Greece. So I will be sat in Athens, and believe me, if you know me, I stress out going to blinking Swansea, let alone going to Greece. So if I'm sounding manic, it's the thought of having to go to Greece. So what I'm going to try and do is do a live. We're staying in a hotel next to the Parthenon, so I will try / Acropolis. I will try and do a live, but if I fail, you'll just have to hang on and go off to Abbey in Cornwall at 10 o'clock. Plus they're 2 hours ahead, so it'll be 7:30 in the morning, 2 weeks time. So I will try. I don't know what the Wi-Fi is like in the hotel where we're staying. It looks like it's a nice hotel, so hopefully it'll be working. Good morning from Carol. Oh, I've missed you, Carol. Sorry. Good morning. If I've missed your comments, I'll check through afterwards and reply to you. Good morning from Carol in... I managed to get onto your live channel. Oh, thank you. Very kind of you. What's the time? Right, let me check what else I've got to tell you about. So I told you about the redwork panel, told you 2 weeks time I might not be here. Potting shed have done. Valdanian stock. Oh yeah, sewing bag. If you're looking on a bag to take on holidays with you. In fact, I could take this one with me. I didn't think I was looking for a bag, which bag I'm going to take. If you want to make a quick sewing bag, there's still these available. $22.50. You can make that little bag plus that bag if you're looking for something to take down the beach. So there's some of those left. That was just another by the by if you're not into stitcheries and stuff and tablecloths. Right, shall I show you while I've got time? This, hang on. Oh. Right, let's move the chair out of the way. So block of the month is getting there. Oh, I've gone off on the computer. There we are. Block of the month is getting there. I just about got this put together yesterday, so I've got to quilt it yet. And round that block there, you can see the stitchery drawn on. I'm going to do that as I quilt it. If you can you see it just about? Yeah. And I might add something to, where is the other block? The block on the other side, hang on. That one. This block here, I might put some stitchery in the middle of that. I'm not sure yet. So this is the block of the month and it's getting there. All I've got to do is type up the patterns and that's going to take me forever. So I shall do that when I'm back from holiday. I'll probably start it next week. And then you can have the pattern and then you can get on with it. What you will need is hold your horses, because I've done this in Kim DL and I've used the charm pack, the candy bar and a mini charm pack to make this. Apart from the border, there's a bit of Macawa linen texture around there. When I do it, I will do some packs, but there's some nice Moda that I'm waiting for, which is very similar colours to this, some blackbird designs, and I will cut packs of those. So I'm hoping they'll be here. I think they were due September, so I'm hoping they'll be here soon, because then you'll have a choice of different colours. And there's some nice Kath Holden, so if you want something a bit more sort of modern looking, there's some Kath Holden fabric due as well. So it's all due this month and next month, and because it's going to be September before you blink, it won't be long. So the shop, as in my shop website, blah de blah, will be closed from the 17th to the 27th because I'm away. You can keep ordering, but obviously you will have delays on your orders, and I will keep reminding you through social media that I'm not going to be here. Everyone's guessing the maths question, so I will keep reminding you just so you know. Right, so the maths question, just to remind you, if you're a late starter, how many thousands of pieces of this new Moda Memory Lane fabric did I cut? If you're late, I said earlier, I've run out of the fat quarter packs, but I will do sort of packs of 10 and they'll have a bit of a discount on them. So, and I'll put the big prints in that. So I think there's 4 colourways in that big print and I couldn't choose. So that's the white one, there's a pink one, there's a blue one and there's a green one. So I'll probably do some fat quarter packs that have those in, and then assorted other prints in them, but in my spare time. So I'll do them and you can look at them when I'm away, or I'll try and get some on for next weekend. We'll see how we go this week, because I've got a ton of new stitcheries to chop up, which I also might leave for you to look at while I'm away. They came on Gwener, I think, Friday. So there is a rose by any other name. So this is, my mother bought me the Julia rose from David Austin, so that's what that is. That is a Julia rose, believe it or not, out of my garden that I haven't managed to kill yet. There is blackberries, of which there are thousands down the lane that I need to pick and make jam with. And there is also a new panel. So these are coming on holiday with me. Not that I'll get them done, but I might get something done on the aeroplane. This is like, the intention for this is to be a bag panel. So I'm going to stitch this and then make a bag around it. Or if you don't want a bag, you can make it into a table mat maybe. But I just thought it was quite pretty. Just pretty flowers and things. So there's 3 new stitchery panels coming. They are not on the website yet, and they'll be on the website when I've got time to cut them up. I've only cut like a few of them, so I've got several meters of each of those to cut up. There's also, these are the latest other flower ones that I haven't even started yet. So you might have seen Mandy Walsh has stitched hers up. So the Marsh Orchid and the Hedgerow, which Hilary stitched up the other day. So those are the other last 2. Another thing, when I get time, I will try and do some packs of, maybe I'll do Christmassy ones together, and I don't know. We'll try and do some different packs of those, because I'm running low on the packs. So there's loads of those to be cut up, and we're running out of time. What else do I need to talk to you about? Second, if you're local or if you're down on holiday in September, if you're coming down to Pembs, Joe Farley's group is letting me run riot in the village hall at Robertson Wathen, 2nd Saturday in September. So whatever I can fit in the car is going to Robertson Wathen Village Hall. I'll put details online when I get back, so beginning of September, so give you time not to forget. And I can't remember what time. Joe might, if Joe's here and not gone to church yet, maybe you can put on here, Joe. I can't remember what time you told me, but sort of middle of the day kind of thing. So yeah, I'll be there with whatever fits in the car basically. So whatever stitcheries, I'll take the Welsh ones obviously. Yeah, whatever I can get in the car. I've got 5 minutes left, have I? Yes, 5 minutes left. Other news, postage costs. So some Polish billionaires taken over Royal Mail, and Royal Mail now charge me 30p per parcel to collect it from home. But when you see how many parcels I have every day, I haven't got time to be going standing in the horrible shop at the end of the lane waiting for them to process my parcels. So the cost of postage is the cost you see on your, when you get your parcel, plus 30p plus the VAT I have to pay on top of it. If you just order 1 roll of thread, it might come to the point, because I'm trying not to put the postage costs up. My minimum postage is £2. So if you order that, it will charge you £2, but it will actually cost me over £4 to post it. So if you just order 1 ball of thread, you might find I refund you because I might as well just give it to you. So postage is getting ridiculous at the moment. So, but I'm trying. I haven't put my postage costs up for about 10 years, but I'm trying not to put them up because the cost of fabric and everything is going silly prices. So I'm trying, but please try not to just order 1 ball of thread unless you're absolutely desperate. Thank you. Obviously, I don't want to put the postage because it's up to £0 to £10. Most people are just buying a pattern, and I don't want you having to pay £3.50 postage just for a pattern. So that's what I'm trying to avoid doing. So that's explaining my postage. What else have I got to say? So someone put this morning or yesterday, miss you on television. So I can't say much because I'll get sued because I've signed an NDA. But you might see me on television before the end of the year. It certainly won't be Sewing Street, but that's all I can say. Otherwise they can sue me. So I can say nothing else. So that gives you something to think about. So just to add to my list of 10 million things to do and 10 million stresses to add to my life. That's another one. We only got our mail delivered once a week now. If you, oh god, yeah, it's very noticeable that the post office has been taken over straight away. I researched who had taken it over, but yeah, apparently some Polish billionaire who's no doubt funded by the company that owns everything in the world. But there we are. So yeah, something else. We're not allowed to tell you anything, I believe, until later in August. End of August, I think. It's probably, maybe when I'm on holiday I can tell you if I can get the Wi-Fi to work. Can't get it to work here, let alone in Athens, so it should be a laugh. Excuse me. So quick recap before I send you down to sunny Cornwall. Hopefully it's sunny down there. Redwork Seasons, just the panel if you want, or a couple of the kits were left, but I haven't checked the post since I've gone live. The mats, the patterns have now got the summer stitchery in them, so you can make summer or you can make Christmas. I've got plenty of Fat 8 packs well, I did have before I went live, of these yummy fabrics. Memory Lane fabrics from Moda. Thank you to everyone who's put orders in so far. Huge, humongous charm pack, 72 pieces in each, and candy bars and mini charm packs, all sorts of stuff. And this is what I started off with, so this is what I'll finish with. This is what I'm trying to finish today. It's the potting shed one. So I'm trying to get that ready for autumn because I'm stitching it in autumny colours in the rooster tail one. Remember the one we had for the chickens? I don't know where my chickens are. Oh, they're up on the roof and I can't bother to get them down. So yeah, Andy will fill you in with retreat. If you're coming to Coventry for the retreat, I think you have to pay this by now. So Handy Andy will update you with that. I've drawn a stitchery panel which will be in your goodie bag on the retreat. I've got to get it printed though. So I am going to pass you, it's 9:59, yeah, I'm going to pass you down to Abbey in Cornwall, so have a nice trip. Hopefully 2 weeks time I will see you from Athens. Okay, bye.